Don't tie yourself to any one platform. It's just a tip for success. They always say, like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You've heard all these terms before. They're true. Don't tie yourself to just YouTube. And I have an anecdote for that real quick, just as a little aside. Someone reached out to me, it was about 2 years ago now, on Twitter, asked for advice on how to grow their YouTube subscribership from, I believe it was 800 to 1,000, because they got this invitation from a brand, but in order to accept it, you had to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers. So he wanted to get there because it was a big opportunity for him. And I gave him some tips, and his channel was maybe 5 years old. So in 5 years, he gained 800 subscribers. And then within 2 weeks, he needed 2 more. Like, he needed to grow by 20%. And that was going to be tough. So I gave him some tips. He didn't make it, but he found me at Playlist Live. And he walked up to me, he introduced himself, and he said, "Hey, I just want to introduce myself and say thank you. A few months ago, I reached out to several creators that I love. You were the only one who responded. You gave me some tips. I didn't meet the goal that I wanted to meet, but you said something in your answer that changed my life." And what I told him was, here's how you can potentially get subscribers quickly. But what I would really recommend you do is evaluate your content and think about if YouTube is the only place where it belongs. He's a dancer. At the time, TikTok was called Musical.ly. I said, look at this other platform. Look what people are doing here. They're doing exactly what you're doing. He joined Musical.ly. He started uploading there. He was introducing himself to me 6 months later at Playlist Live because he had 2 million people following him on Musical.ly, and Playlist Live had invited him to perform on stage. And he had spent years struggling on YouTube when there were all these other places that he could have looked for success. So I'm a big proponent of, I want to be where you are. So where the attention is, if you're on Instagram, if you're on your phone and you tap on the Instagram icon, it's because you want to be looking and in Instagram. It's not because you don't open Instagram in the hopes that someone is asking you to swipe up to go over to YouTube. So I'm going to upload my content to IGTV in full so that you don't have to leave your platform of choice. I'm going to upload my content in full to Facebook because if you're on Facebook, you're there because you want to be there. If you're on Twitter, well, you can't upload a full video on Twitter, but you get the idea. I want to be where you are, and I want to respect the fact that you've chosen where you want to be at this time. It goes like it's a matter of respect for me. So it's more disrespectful. And some people hate when I say this. It's more disrespectful, in my opinion, to go onto other platforms and try to corral you over to my YouTube channel because I'm all about, I need the stats over here. I don't care about the stats. I don't care about the views. What I care about is the audience. I want you where you want to be able to access my content at all times. So that's tip number 2. That's a big one because from a business sense, it's about attention. And number 2, I have heard so many times, oh, our YouTube budget has been, depleted for the quarter, but do you do Facebook or do you do Instagram? And if my answer was no, I don't, because Facebook doesn't have a little box I can check that says monetize video, therefore I refuse to put my content there, then the brand is going to say, okay, well, then we have nothing for you. But absolutely. So I've gone to, when people say, well, you can't monetize Facebook, I show them, I monetize Facebook all the time. I just don't monetize via Facebook. I monetize it myself when talking to brands. If you skip other platforms because you're so romanticized by YouTube subscriber numbers and views, you could be missing not only audience and attention success, but financial success as well, because you're so fixated on one place.